What's up, you guys? This is Los, and I'm going to be live streaming some Witcher 3. First thing, though, I am going to get the word out on social media. Get people to come and watch. So just stand by. I will be starting the stream shortly. Posting it on Facebook right now to see if anybody is out there watching. Alright, let's do this. And I'm monitoring the... Alright, so... we're playing some, this is the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is the expansion pack for Witcher 3, and it is, so far been a pretty fun game. I've already beat the main mission, and I've already beat, well, the main game, actually. And I've already beat the, Hearts of Stone expansion pack. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and, go for the Blood and Wine expansion pack. Figured it'd be a good time to live stream this because I've just finished the Witcher Netflix series, and I thought that it was done great. To be honest, I thought it was done really well. Finished The Witcher 3, and I know that people want to see this game live streamed, so I figure I would just jump on it a little bit and show you a little bit about this game. This land is so immersive. It really sucks you in. It's kind of what I like about this game, is that it sucks you in. It's a form of escape. So the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna make some new armor for this. Gonna make some new armor for this adventure. This gal's
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
So I'm going to have her make me some armor.
Need some armor made. Witcher's armor.
So first thing I'm going to do is I usually like closing all the windows, just so that I can see what's going on. So the armor I'm making today is called Ulfieri boots. Now this was a diagram that I obtained from a merchant in the previous expansion pack that I played. So I'm gonna make me some boots so I can start this quest off correctly. Looks like a component is missing, and it's cured dragonoid leather, so I'm just gonna buy some and I'm gonna craft it. Okay, we'll collapse that menu. Need some gauntlets. Gonna make these Ulfieri gauntlets, and the last part of the outfit is the Ulfieri Rvia, whatever that is. Okay, now I'm going to dismantle the current armor. Excuse me, that I have. But first thing though is I'm going to
take care now.
Equip it. Excuse me. So I'm going to equip it. Mountain folk boots. So you can see that number in the green. It tells you how much of an armor boost it gives me. It gives me +5 armor boost. That's pretty decent. That's +8. Okay, so you see those 3 little dots near that armor? I'm gonna go ahead and take those runestones out because I got a +5 yard sign intensity, a +2 igni sign, and a +2 quen sign on that, and a glyph of quen, which gives me +5 quen, and an ard sign and an axi sign. So I need to dismantle this, and this gal can do it for me.
Geralt!
Yeah, okay. So
need some armor.
Okay, so I don't actually need her to craft me anything. I need to dismantle this. This and that. Okay.
Take care now.
So now I'm going to put those runestones that I just got into the new armor that I'm wearing. So that's pretty cool. I'll put that there. Put that there. Oh, that's pretty cool. +10. +10 intensity. I always like using the quen ones, the ones that boost to quen, because I am forever using that. It's like a shield. Alright, I think that is going to do it. Hey, what's up, Maverick? How you doing? I'm just getting prepared to start on this campaign, and I'm noticing I don't have a trophy on my horse, Roach. And so I'm going to equip one. Let's see. Bonus gold is good. I will equip that one. Because there's another, what do you call my horse? There's another quest, well, there's another upgrade that I want to get, and it costs 10,000 bucks. Alright, so now I'm gonna head over to the actual quest now.
Come on, Roach.
Now that I'm decked out and dressed accordingly, ready to take on some new adventures.
Let's go.
One thing about this game is the fast travel is pretty cool. How's your night going, Maverick? I hope it's going well. Envoys and wine boys. So this is all the way right there. Stunning an opponent. It's good to hear, Maverick. Lots of interesting things happening on YouTube these days. With people saying that you can't beat games without cheating. Which I find kind of funny because, you know, after all, they are talking about games. Alright, so let's talk to these guys.
Still waiting?
As I told you, we cannot return empty-handed. It is simply out of the question.
Have you reconsidered? Will you take the offer?
Okay. Let's go to Tucson. These guys want me to go to Tucson.
Ready to go.
So
as soon
I'm
as you're
going
packed.
to go.
Ah,
with them
then post haste to
facilitate
Tucson.
this
To
quest.
Tucson!
They are rather happy. So have you been watching The Witcher on Netflix? I just finished it. It's pretty good. In between that and The Mandalorian, it's been an interesting ride so far. Of course, the new Star Wars movie came out, and that was pretty cool. Although I did have my issues with it, but I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen that. But one thing, I think everybody who has watched Star Wars knows that, like, if you go and it, like, say for example, the movie starts at 6, it really doesn't start till about 6:30 because you're going to get like a half hour full of previews, and you know you have plenty of time to watch the movie. Hey, it's all good. The Witcher films isn't for anyone. It isn't for everyone, excuse me.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
Looks like some kind of type. Oh, poor horse.
Watch out!
I swore. I kill. A master.
It's Goliath. This point is like really yeah, Lee's a big one. Hella mean too. Oh dang it. Like these guys are like no help whatsoever.
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
Okay, he's glad to take the trophy. You did well against the giant. How did the giant wind up
A giant
here?
this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
So, glad to take the
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Yo, giant's got tats. Nice, leveled up. Space got crowns. Whatever that is. Let's get back on the horse and follow these.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his
Mutations in
kid.
Grandmaster Witcher gear. In Blood and Wine, you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new capabilities. Soon you will run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Read it and investigate the story of Professor Moreau to learn more about these mutations. They say a master craftsman lives in Toussaint who can craft Witcher gear of unequaled quality. What's more, you receive special bonuses for wearing all or part of a set of this extraordinary equipment. You will not regret investigating these new options. Nice. What I love about these expansions.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
Pretty.
Come on now.
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Okay, so I need to use my Witcher senses. And I'm using them.
Hobnailed boots. Multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Follow these tracks.
Come on. Got guests. Careful.
They're like hyper. Up. Oh, that's cool. New monsters for me. Dang, that almost
by
killed
the
me
smell
though.
of blood. Let's keep looking.
What kind of loot do they have here?
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
Notice anything interesting? Junk that came down the river.
We must keep searching.
Alright, so now I need to, I guess, jump in the water. Guardsman's boots. Not quite sure what I'm looking for here. A spoon. Linen. Handkerchief. Broken ore.
Silk kerchief. Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Need to comb the bank. Look, a boat was launched here. Guardsmen must have loaded the body parts onto it, taken them somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
They're just watching. Found the monograph handkerchief. Someone's watching us. Okay, let's see what he says.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC.
Ha.
Mean anything to you?
The DLC, that's funny.
It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions, no matter the odds. Fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did. But I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt. You've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
One thing about this game is that the voice acting is really
Return
good.
to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of her illustrious highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Pretty game, very pretty game. You kind of feel like you're immersed in this world. That's what I love about these type of games. Also with Red Dead
Once
Redemption
you have finished
2.
examining the corpse, be sure to report to Rvia.
Rvia?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
All is in order.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
Oh, totally, Maverick. It's all nice. Not like the other than Novigrad. It's kind of disgusting over there.
No lads brave enough. Of course we have. Apparently, bravery's not enough. Who would go first?
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
I'm Geralt. Milton, let's kind of be a jerk to these guys. So I'm just gonna say Milton introduced me.
Like Milton said, I've come from the north at the Duchess's behest to deal with the beast.
Yes, but who are you? A knight? A mercenary? A soldier?
Geralt is a witcher, a master of his trade. He has questions for you about the beast's most recent victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw... a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town, fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Victim's body, where did they take it?
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rossel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have to find that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Folk are saying the beast is divine punishment.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring saints.
Picky monster.
Alright, let's go examine the body.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
One thing about these games is that there's a lot of dialogue in them. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I like it. I kind of want to jump off of this bridge, but I'm not going to. Let's see. Where's my horse? Roach. And every time I hear Roach. Where is he? Screw him. Every time I hear Roach, I think of weed. That's his horse's name. Geralt's horse's name's Roach.
Rolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
Come on, Roach.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry. Slower.
This is like some kind of estate or something.
Slow now.
Oh, it's
Whoa.
a vineyard.
Move it. Slow, damn it. Killer must still be here.
Yo, this guy's just got mopped up. So look for the body of the beast's victim in Corvo's Bianco's cellar. Use your winter senses to determine what kind of monster killed the guards.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Killed with a single blow. Woman from the inn was wearing this coat.
Frickin' bloodbath.
In the cellar. Gotta be. River muck. Carried the body in this cart. Claw wounds. From 5 separate claws. Spread of a small human hand. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though. Or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be.
A Bruxa. What the hell is a Bruxa? I'm too lazy to open up the thing. The glossary to see what that is.
Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck. Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Took a lot of strength to batter this down.
I really like the detective aspects of this game. Trying to figure out like how people died and stuff. It's pretty cool.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though.
Definitely not for kids. Oh, dang it. Wow.
We don't have to fight.
You are wrong. I cannot let you leave.
Bruxa, huh? This is the Bruxa. Oh shit, I'm in trouble here. Not doing much damage to her. Step into my circle. So once you do, I got you. Oh dang, she's sucking my blood. Almost got her.
Damn, you're ugly.
Almost got her. What was that about you not letting me leave?
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
Oh, she's like a vampire because of all these things on her body. Alright, so now what do I need to do? Oh, I need that repair kit. So this chick was like on this guy.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated.
Totally.
Body was quartered.
Totally a
just
wild
as I
one,
thought.
Maverick. I don't know what's up with her. Examine head, chest, or severed hand. Let's do the head first.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Now the chest.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
No Bruxa did this. Who did it then? Examine the severed hand. Alright. So let's see what's up with this. Alright, Maverick. Yeah, that's fine. Examine the severed hand. Alright, let's do that.
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victims. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Damn. I have to say right now, fuck being a Witcher, okay? Fuck that shit. I would not want to be a fucking Witcher.
So, Murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Alright, so I gotta go and find Palmerin. And he's supposed to take me to the Duchess, alright. So let's get out of this cellar. Well, that was an interesting battle. Never a dull moment in this game, I'll tell you that much. What a beautiful winery. I wish I could explore it, but I won't right now. Maybe later. Not during a live stream anyways. Come on, Roach. I love this horse. This horse is so awesome. Places where you can begin new quests from Blood and Wine are marked with a exclamation point. Okay, that's fine. Where am I going here? Oh, that's my destination. And I am there. Alright, so I guess I'll just run over there. Oh, he's having trouble climbing these steps.
Come on.
Out of my way, Peck. Let's walk.
Slower.
Need to raise about it. Then what?
Alright, dude. Take me to see the Duchess.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerin. What about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Is it true virtue always trumps villainy? Not all the time, kid. Not always, but it's worth being good. That's what
Not
I would kind
always.
of say.
Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, you can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As we'll soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With all some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Dicks. Let's see, whole thing's dangerous. Shouldn't torture it like that. Nothing's the matter. Let's shouldn't torture it like
Shouldn't
that.
torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this.
Tell it like it is. Who will face the Shalimar?
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Watch this dude get mopped up. Even with that thing having those metal things.
I
tied to
dedicate
it.
my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
What's up, Maverick?
It's begun.
Thanks for coming back, bro. Appreciate it.
We must wait.
They're torturing this animal, this monster. They tied some bells to his tail and blindfolded it. So that this dude can like
feeling
sway
about
it.
this.
Asshole. But my theory is he's probably gonna get mopped up. Oh shit, it's on now. He's gonna get mopped up and he's like celebrating. Oh shit. Straight up Blanca.
We have to help him.
Oh, I would not have helped him. He knew what he was getting himself into. That's dumb. Wait, now I have to fight him. That's dumb. I would have not helped him.
The Witcher in one mighty bound to give fight to the beast. Plans confound. Out, and thus the Witcher's life was
Might
snuffed.
need to use
All our
this.
hopes, alas, had turned to dust.
Yeah, totally right. All this thing is like vulnerable. See, I can stun it, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Maybe this dude is meant to die. Oh, okay. so that's how you kill him.
The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the
You're
witcher
supposed
shall
to, like,
triumph against all odds.
run into it, and then you gotta have to get him all these things back.
Witcher waits till the time was true, then 12 danced and spun, struck the
Reminds me like a
monster
Zelda
through.
game or something. Everything has a pattern though, right?
Like a bow who leaps at the love's first spurt, so the witcher wooed the Selma, then its howl hark heard.
Oh. He killed the dude.
Avenging witcher, fight bravely unto death.
Come on, roll into the ball. There you go.
God dive, he waits, his razor strikes belly, Selma's cries ring aloud, blood transforms.
What's it doing now? I didn't even get a chance to like get the death stroke on it. I guess maybe I did. I don't know. I didn't feel like I did.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Just another day at the office, so
do what
for
you must.
Master
Finish
Witcher.
the deed!
Kill the Shalimar. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it.
It suffered enough.
The monster lies slain!
Yeah, if I would have let it live, it would have probably like
Be the
it probably would have
victors!
tortured it or something. Might as well kill it.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
Oh shit! I thought
You
this guy
fought
was
bravely.
dead.
Thanks for your help. Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
You should have died.
Fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
A fight against Shalimar, arranging something like that for a sport is a bad idea. Yep.
Your Grace. Shalimars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shalimar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Yeah, that's true, Maverick. About the contract.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Yo, I think I saw a red lion that reminds me of the Lannister lion in Game of Thrones.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Dandelion is Geralt's homie. He's like a bard.
The very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings.
Let's do the thing with this game is that the yellow option will always advance the story, but if you want like more information just as part of the game and you want to immerse yourself, you always choose the white option. Sorry to have to tell you, Bruxa killed some guardsmen.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsmen handling the last victim's body.
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Gonna need two things, information and access to a lab.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
What about the second victim? It's kind of cool that they gave me a winery.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places, under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. wisdom by ridicule, generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace.
Beautiful palace.
Horses! Ready our horses!
Yeah, right. You know they're gonna kill one of these old ass knights. We'll have to see about that though, huh?
Your Grace!
Yo, she's gonna strip in the middle of everywhere.
What the hell?
Oh, for real, Maverick.
Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
She's on a mission.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
That hat. Can't deny it's a beautiful land. I'm glad they gave me a winery. It's pretty cool. What games are you playing these days, Maverick? You playing anything good?
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
Like the wind! Clear a path! Clear the way, I said! Is this part of the game? It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Yeah, I love indie games. I've been playing some of those too. Mainly on Steam.
Second thought, through here.
We just got the new Zelda's Link's Awakening.
Then we will split up.
And
you will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish.
Little Nightmares for the Switch.
Well, I nab the phoenix egg.
Short game, but I guess it's fun. I haven't
That
played
will
it
be
yet.
quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around, over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other Phoenix Egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Alright, so I need to get a fish. Look for the unicorn in the clearing in the Palace Gardens and retrieve the golden fish from the pond. Alright.
Oh.
Move, bitch. I think I'm going to do the fish one first.
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Do you think I don't know that? The light is positively useless. What the blazes?
Did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way to do it.
I'm like taking all their bait.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
He's pretty freaking rude. That's funny though. Later. Doesn't even say sorry.
My heart's about to burst from the
servant of Prince.
It is positively useless. She can't possibly see a thing.
What precisely is there?
An abstract work, gentlemen. The future.
Alright, now I'm gonna get the unicorn and see if it really is a unicorn or what the hell it is. So, Danny.
Greetings.
I love it. It just like ran into her and she's just all greetings. Yo, that's a fake unicorn.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Yeah. Reminded me of like My Little Pony or something. Alright, I gotta find a treat for this damn unicorn. This fake unicorn. Okay, what is this?
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale. Roach likes carrots. Maybe unicorn will too.
This is an outrage. An outrage, I tell you.
That's the basket of carrots, alright, so now I just gotta find this unicorn and use the basket on it. That's weird, it won't let me. I guess it doesn't want me to spook the unicorn.
What would you say to a delicious crunchy carrot? Almost had it.
Wait. Damn. I love it. Unicorn in quotations.
What would you say to a delicious crunchy carrot?
There you go.
Easy.
Yeah, she was just like, don't take my carrots. Alright. Wonder if I could write it. Ooh, yes. Unicorn. Oh man, Roach is gonna be so mad at me for writing this thing.
Come on now.
It's up there, I guess. Right?
Go, go.
Bye, Mr. Unicorn.
How is it that you guess it was not feeding us well?
Yeah, let's find the Duchess.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. In a cave in the palace pantry, it's a greenhouse, someplace cramped. Got no idea where Milton's hiding. Yeah, that sounds...
Too cryptic, this riddle. Got no idea what it's talking about.
Then be silent and let me think. Look, if we take row, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what head's heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks. And the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
What the bunch?
What was that?
Yo, he looks like he has Freddy Krueger, fans. Either that or like very long nails.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though, you bet.
I'll soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
No. I intend to live. Happily ever after.
Fucking vampire.
I won't let you kill again.
Something tells me this guy's gonna escape. He hits pretty hard. Stop him from regenerating. You gotta stop it from regenerating. Oh, dang it, he got me. He got me.
You want to stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend.
Yo. Fatality for sure. Well, I thought he had me. I guess I was wrong.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless
I guess I got
smear,
saved.
having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
How'd you regenerate? Killer I'm hunting, seems you know him. And what brings you back after all these years? I'm gonna go with how...
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, However, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
What good reasons could he possibly have?
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rvia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Dettlaff is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him. Immensely.
Yeah, that's an understatement. So what pissed him off?
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I'd makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there. See you.
Damn, that'd be sick if I could do all of that vampire shit.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Shit, I almost got my ass kicked by that damn vampire. Yeah, look at my life. It's like none. Like I'm walking dead. Let's meditate for a little bit. Yep, now I got some life. I'm going to swap. I need to turkey leg. And I need to repair the sword. It's the silver sword that needs repair. That's the one that you fight the monsters with. And the monster in this case was a badass vampire. Journeyman's repair kit for the steel sword. Now that I have jumped to level 40, I can use this venomous viper sword as my silver sword. I should have used it against that vampire, but it's too wrapped up in the story, I guess. And that's one of the beauties of this game, is that it has just these awesome storytelling. So does the Netflix show too. Even though, like, in the Netflix show, oh, let's use poison. I don't really like the Yennefer casting that they did. It's just too far apart from the video game Yennefer, and I understand, like, it's mostly having to do with the books, but my first introduction, I'm gonna wear this viper armor. My first introduction to The Witcher is obviously through this game. And in the game, Yennefer looks very different. Alright. So I need to meet Regis at Maryland Cemetery. So let's go and meet this Regis dude.
We must allow the Witcher to
Save
ply
my
his
life.
trade.
If I weren't just a lowly guardsman.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
$5, here your tip. Should I tip him? I don't know. Stamp says postage paid, so get lost. Do I want to be an asshole? No, you know what? I don't. want to be an asshole to this kid, so I'll tip him
Here.
$5.
Thanks.
Or
No,
5
sir.
crowns or
Thank
whatever.
You. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Toussaint. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure. Your friend, Yennefer.
The professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go and try to find this Witcher dude. There's Yennefer's letter. Yen. And you know, I think I'm going to end this live stream here. First thing I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna save my game in this slot, and I'm gonna pick up the story at a later date. Thank you, Maverick, and really appreciate you hanging out with me, sir. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers, guys.